guys, it's Katelyn. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you tonight, but I'd like to do my History Day presentation for you. I competed with this 2 years ago, and it's entitled Hope in a Handcart. What makes an American? The historian Frederick Jackson Turner, in his Frontier Thesis, identified several factors that define the American spirit: composite nationality, growth and democracy, independent individualism, and economic and physical mobility. Between 1840 and 1870, over 500,000 pioneers crossed the frontier using the overland, California, and Mormon trails, motivated by hope of a better life, whether by gold, land, health, or religious freedom. They were the largest voluntary migration in the history of the world. This quilt tells the story of Margaret Purcell's journey with the 1856 Martin Handcart Company. When Mormon Church President Brigham Young announced his plan of gathering to the Salt Lake Basin, he also developed the Perpetual Immigration Fund, a loan system to help the poor immigrate to Zion. Finding that travel by ox cart was very expensive, he tried a handcart experiment. 8 of the 10 companies had little trouble, but not the 2 largest, the Willie and the Martin. They are just one example of a group of immigrants who took their journey to the frontier, triumphed over tragedy, and became Americans. Farewell, England. We sail today, the last company to go this year. Now, Nellie, we don't get our carts till Iowa City, but listen, Brother Martin taught me a new song. Represents the immigrants, who are mostly poor mill workers. Because of the Industrial Revolution, they were locked into their social station. The Perpetual Immigration Fund allowed them the opportunity to journey to America, where they had the hope of gathering with their church, improving their situations both economically, physically, and spiritually. Wake up! The 4 a.m. bugle has sounded. Our handcarts are finally done, and we leave today. Papa, don't worry about the green lumber used for our handcart. It was all we could get. Mama, the tent you sewed is huge. It'll hold 20 people. Nellie, Elias, the baby, and us make 6 for our handcart. That's perfect. Remember, only 17 pounds per person. I have my whistle in my pocket, so we don't have to count the weight. They say the cart will weigh over 500 pounds fully loaded, and we have over 1,300 miles to go. I thought we might not go after the meeting. Remember, Brother Richards promised us if we had enough faith, we would get to Zion in safety. I got chills when Levi Savage predicted that the trail would be strewn with our bones. But this is the land of democracy, so we put it to a vote. Even you got to vote, Mama. These frames represent growth and democracy and independent individualism. These were taught in company meetings and votes. 9 states along the Western Trail gave women the right to vote before the 19th Amendment. Independent individualism was expected. Each family was responsible for themselves. Some decided to stay the winter, but almost all voted to continue on. One look at your face, Mama, and I knew nothing would keep us from Zion. Let's go. For some must push and some must pull as we go marching up the hill. For merrily on our way we go until we reach the valley. October 17th, Deer Creek. We are not going as quickly as expected. The carts keep breaking down. We pass the remains of the Babbitt wagon train, attacked by the Cheyennes. The Indians have left the handcart people mostly alone. We have been faithful in treating them with respect and kindness. I am worried. We voted to cut our rations to 10 ounces of flour per person. Papa is putting extra of his portion in Mama's, since she is sick. At Fort Laramie, I had to trade my whistle for a few biscuits. The company voted to lighten our load to 10 pounds per person. We shared some clothes with a poor Danish family. They don't speak English, but I knew they were grateful. This frame represents the fusing of different cultures and countries. These people didn't even speak the same language, but when faced with tragedy, they fused into a composite nationality, bonded by the struggle to survive. Do we have to go through the North Platte River again? Papa, you've already crossed it 25 times helping others. Eliza and I will take Mama across in the cart. Climb on my back, Nellie. Eliza, you got the baby? Hold on tight. The cart will be strong. Oh, the water is so cold. The ice is cutting my ankles. Oh no, it's snowing. Don't cry, Nellie. I will sing to you. Come ye saints, no toil or labor fear, but the joy when the way no hard to this journey may appear. Papa? Papa! No! No! You can't be dead! We can't even bury you! How can we go on? We have no choice. Pile the stones higher to keep the wolves away. So many dead. The background stands for the tragedy of their journey. Why did it happen? The church system was totally overwhelmed with the numbers who responded. They were taken by surprise and couldn't supply adequate provisions or ready transportation, causing tragic delays. This was before the telegraph, so the communications with church headquarters were slow, using boats or the Pony Express. These immigrants did not fully understand the journey before them, but faithfully followed their leaders who were eager to prove their new Handcart program. Early October snows brought tragedy and a trial of faith. Every day, we start with how many are dead in this tent. Why did Mama have to die too? We're freezing and starving to death. 4 ounces of flour is not enough. When I try to take my socks off, the flesh comes up too. I'm leaving bloody footprints in the snow. But we mustn't lose faith. Come pray with me, Nellie. Oh, what's that? On the bridge. Help has come at last. Thank the Lord. The star stands for the triumph that emerged through tragedy. For example, the rescue efforts, the unshakable faith, and the survival of hope. Mama, Papa, you are among the 137 deaths in our company. I'm making this quilt to tell your story. You should have seen it. Many men left their homes and families to bring us hope. Bring them in, he commanded. Brigham Young organized our rescue. And our new neighbors immediately responded with food and supplies, even though food was scarce. 250 wagons would be sent from Salt Lake before this was over. Near Devil's Gate, we left our carts. At first, Nellie got to ride, but I did not. When they finally did let me ride, they made me run for over a mile before I could get in. I thought this was very cruel. But the running saved me from freezing, and I kept my lead. Nellie lost hers. But Mama, most of us made it to Zion with hope of a better future, and none of us lost the faith. what is the historical significance of this tragedy? It is the making of an American. That is the true triumph. Turner said, in the crucible of the frontier, the immigrants were Americanized, liberated, and fused into a mixed race. These immigrants learned to value their faith, democracy, independence, and each other. Because of their legacy, I feel I have the responsibility to build unshakable faith, to determine my own future, to take an active role in my community, and value all people. You see, I am an American, from sea to shining sea. Does the frontier experience make America exceptional? You bet. That's the end of my history presentation, but now I'd like to talk a little bit about what the trek we took means to us. I have an 8-pointed star on my quilt, and it symbolizes the wagon wheel. So I've identified 8 things that I've learned on this trek, besides the fact that we look really good in muddy clothes. First, that singing makes the task easier. There is power in music. Second, when faced with adversity, we can choose to scream and laugh through it and endure with joy. Third, we can endure and stand strong when we lean on the Lord and follow the process. Fourth, choosing friends who are going where I am and put their shoulder to the wheel makes life easier. Five, when we see others struggling, we can help. Six, the priesthood has power, and I can access it. 7, I and my family have learned to value family because they can help and support us. And lastly, the prophet said, stand firm, endure with joy, and the Lord will strengthen us. And he did. These are the 8 things I've learned from the trek. What are yours? I have a firm testimony that with these things I can endure any trials. I hope you have fun with the rest of this